Hey guys, so several people have asked me, so I figured I would show you all how I do this. So I'm just pulling my chair in behind me. So I have 4 colors made up, 2 white, 1 black, 1 red. This white and this black, hi Lacey, have a silvery, this one's pearl white, this one's silver black, so they should have a slight metallic effect. This is plain white, and this is actually 2 different reds that I mixed together to get a deeper, darker red. So I will show you how I mix the paint. So Lacey wants to say hi. I do not buy expensive paint whatsoever. I think this bottle was maybe $3-4 for the 8-ounce version. I do not buy the expensive stuff at all. So basically I'm just putting the paint in the cup. Now this stuff might seem a little weird. It's called coconut milk. It's for your hair. But one of the first ingredients, I don't know if you can read it, is that, oh, it's getting all out of focus. It's dimethyl something, I don't know. I put like 3 drops in. And this is what makes those really cool cells in the painting. And then I use this stuff, Floetrol. It's just a paint conditioner. And I just fill it up till it's about 3/4 full. And occasionally I'll add the Mod Podge as well. It helps make it a little thicker. But I'm using more paint this time, so I don't need the Mod Podge to help make it thicker. So I can't really stir that and hold the phone at the same time. So I'm going to move you guys over here. And I think you should still be able to see everything that I'm doing. I don't know, it's kind of dark. Alright. That's not going to work. Hold on. Pause. Okay, I changed angles. It was too dark the other way, being behind the light. So hopefully you can see this. So I'm just stirring up the paint, and it doesn't change the color, doesn't distort the color at all. Once I get it all mixed up, it'll be nice and thick, and the exact same dark black pretty much that it is coming out of the bottle. So I'm using, this is actually something I've wanted to try for a while, plain black and white with 1 extra color. So this is plain black, no metallic or shiny, plain white, no metallic or anything like that, and then these black and whites have that metallic in them, and then the red also has a metallic. So the canvas is a plain black canvas, and I put these big old thumbtack things on the bottom of it. Helps it sit easier. And it's on this thing I made out of resin so that it'll fit on the Lazy Susan. So then I can just spin it on the Lazy Susan, and it's really nice. And it fits on here perfectly, so that way it's not touching the bottom. It'll still spin, and I can still lift it off okay. And I forgot to get my other cup. So here is the cup that I pour the paints into. So there's no, oops, still wet on the bottom there. So the only thing that I know I don't want is I don't want the reds and the whites to touch. So I'm only going to pour the red on black because I don't want it to turn pink. So I'm going to start, that is pearl white, I'm going to start with plain white. And all I'm doing is tipping the cup sideways, pour the white in, pouring about, a little, roughly half. Then the same thing with that black that I just mixed up. By tilting the cup, it helps keeps the layers distinct. So there's about half of the black. And here's my red. So that is a little more. Roughly half of my red. Now again, because I don't want the white and the red touching, because I don't want any pink, I'm going to put the black on, and this is my metallic black. And then my metallic white. So that's about half of all of those, and you can see from the cup that they're not losing they're not blending together. They're not becoming one big blob of color. So this is my plain black. And back to the red. And then back to the plain black. Use up all of that. That's pretty much all of that. My plain white. So there's all of that. And then here is my metallic black. And the rest of my red. And the rest of that metallic black on there. Get all that in there. And then top it off the metallic white. So that is 5 cups worth of color. Each cup has approximately 2 ounces in it, give or take a little bit more, probably a little more. I don't measure anything, I really don't. But you can see from the cup that the colors aren't blending. Alright, so I'm going to pick you up. So you can see in the cup that the colors aren't blending together. They're still keeping their distinctiveness. And when I say cells, that's what the coconut milk gives me. So you can see I'm starting already in the cup. You see how the black and the white are coming together, making those little circles, making like color within color? That's what the cells are. So I'm going to try and do this holding the phone and using the cup with the other hand. This is just plain black canvas, literally came right out the package this way. I did not do anything to it. I didn't treat it, nothing. Try to make sure there's no dust or fluff on there. So basically, I'm going to try and hold it up here so you guys can see, and I'm just going to start pouring. I'm just moving my hand back and forth just a tiny bit, just to kind of give it those ridges there. So you can already see that my black and white have really kind of, while they're staying distinct, they've also come together quite a bit. And so, try and go a little, oh, there's a big blob of something there. All right, let's get that out. It happens every now and then. There's stuff in the Floetrol or something that just, that's not gonna work. Fingers. So that worked. And so you can see, so when I said cells, you can see it all doing it by itself. Like I haven't done anything to this yet. You saw me pour it out. I haven't touched it with the heat gun, which I'm about ready to do. I haven't spun it, which I'm about ready to do. I've literally done nothing to it, and it's already cool. So the heat gun helps pop air bubbles in the paint. So I'm just going to grab it. I bought this when I was working with the resin, because you have to use the heat gun to help set the resin. So I'm just going to turn it on, and I just give it kind of a quick once over. It just pops all the air bubbles, and you can kind of see it helps bring out more of those cells. So I haven't added anything else to the canvas. If I was using a bigger canvas, for one, obviously I would need more paint. Two, I would probably put paint in the edges because it makes it easier for the paint to come out when there's paint on the edges for it to grab onto. So I'm gonna, hi Lacey. So I'm gonna take my nifty little placemats here. These are my cheap dollar store placemats that I bought to attempt and block my wall after I've already made a mess of it, so I don't really know what the point of that is, but hey, I'm trying. So I'm gonna lean one against me and one against that wall. It doesn't, as you can see from the splatter from the other one, it doesn't really go out to the sides much. So now I'm just going to spin it. So you can see it's already stretched out over a lot of the canvas. It looks pretty cool. So I love it. It's kind of like a flame pattern. It looks pretty cool with the red and the black. I like it. So I'm gonna spin it one more time, a little harder. Okay, so all but two edges are covered. So this side's done. Oh, I lied. Only one edge is covered. All right, so now is the messy part. The really, really messy part. So I'm gonna set you down over here again. And it'll probably be a little hard to see this part, but I'll try. So I'm just gonna pick it up. This is the benefit of the thumbtacks, is because I can pick it up without touching the canvas. So I'm just gonna tip. I kind of go in a circle pattern to kind of keep the integrity of what's on there. And just from end to end. Sometimes if you just help touch it down, that kind of helps hurry the paint over the edge a little bit. So I'm going to dip it forward a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. There it goes, run right over that edge. So that edge is already covered. I'm going to lean it this way just a smidge. Trying to keep it going in somewhat of a circular pattern to kind of try and keep that center circle. But I need this end covered because there's no paint on this end. But I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm just going to take the paint from here and dab it on the edge because it's already there. So this is why, if you've seen me at all in the last, what the hell is it, 3 months? My fingers are usually covered in paint. So just peel off some of the extra paint, get the ends, because the corners of the canvas are always the hardest to cover. So that one's pretty good. And that was the last one. So, all right, I'm gonna wipe my hands off before I pick my phone up again. So I do keep paper towels right there because obviously this is messy. And my hands are filthy. And trust me, I have already ruined the carpet in here. It's easy to paint over the walls. I can fix that. That's not a problem. But yeah, carpet, good thing they're required to replace that anyway. So, all right, not 100% clean, but I'm not going to get paint on my phone. So, all right. So that is the finished product. So it's interesting. Some of the black and white just kind of made more gray. But if you get down in there, you can see the red in it. You can see red in the corners. So obviously here, there's still some gray in there. But you can see, like obviously this white stayed really white and the black, they didn't really merge together. So I'm interested, which one's which? Which one's the plain black and plain white, and which one is the metallic black and metallic white? I probably won't be able to fully tell until it's dry. So I am gonna give it one more shot with the heat gun. This helps pop any bubbles from when I was tilting it. This will help also bring up any more color that wants to pop through. Alright, so again I can see the red coming through in that corner. So like you can kind of see it in the crevices of the white. But then down here is obviously the bolder red. But it's almost like the white is overtaking all of it. So to me, this is the fun part. You can start with a plan. Like, I really kind of wanted distinct, hard black, white, and red lines, but I didn't know if it would do that. So it's cool to see what it turns out at. So I think over here, I can't tell if it's just where they blended together or if that is my metallic black, but it's really cool, it's shiny. So this is done. Just because of the sheer volume of paint. It's going to take about 2 full days for that to dry. So I'll show you the other ones I've done. This one is dry. I actually put the first coat of clear spray paint on that one. I did that one a couple days ago. This one, I don't think I took any pictures of. I already put the first coat of spray paint on this one. Oh well. Alright, wants to attach to my wax paper. Trying to stand it up so you can see the colors. This one I'm in love with. This is my peacock pour. So I don't know if you can see, get it away from the lamp. That'll help a little bit. Not really, it's too dark. So there's purple and green and blues and deep blacks. And I only used 2 metallic colors. There's a hint of gold in there. And it's really hard to see with the flash. But if I didn't have the flash on, you couldn't see anything. So here he is a work in progress. But here is my horse painting. So basically I took the pour painting background and then I'm covering the outside of his silhouette with a solid color. That is taking way longer than I thought because this does not dry nearly as fast as I thought it would. And so here, the 3 on the floor are my other 3 that I'll be doing the horse's silhouettes on. So the red one is Roja. That kind of cool purpley white one is going to be Grace. And this really cool pinky purple green one is going to be Sweet Pea. Just because I think the colors represent them. Did this one a couple days ago. It was something I attempted that did not turn out the way I wanted, and I didn't like it at all. But I put that stripe of pink and purple down the center and made it a swipe. So it turned out pretty cool. This one is the one that I did with the vase. The vase did not turn out, but the painting turned out really cool. So that is where the resin is drying. And this is all my stuff. So the large white canvases are at the top, the 12 by 12 black canvases and the 12 by 12 white canvases. All the paints. The tables are covered with either parchment paper or wax paper. That's what those are. Pretty much a little bit of everything. So I guess this is for everyone who's in my trash. This is for everyone who's asked me how I do it, how I get the colors to do what they do. So I guess thanks for watching, anybody that sat through 20 minutes of this. I appreciate you.